Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Stephanie Liu, and welcome to another episode of Showrunners Secrets from the Set. We are back! We are back, and it's gonna be so fun because every new episode that we put out there, man, it is absolutely amazing, and it's so much fun. So listen. If you're here, let me know where you're tuning in from. I am here in beautiful sunny San Diego, and here's what you gotta know. Tech and talent can make or break your remote live video production. So let's talk about how you can prep your client and their guests so that way you are showing their very, very best. Let's go ahead and get started, friends. Let's go ahead and roll the show. 'Cause it's finally here, finally, yeah, oh, 'cause it's finally here, finally, yeah, All right. I think I finally have the Mac Mini M1 down. How many of you guys actually got your hands on the new Mac Mini M1? I know I did. If you've been hanging out in the ECAMM Live community, you know that it's actually been all the rage. So I've had it probably maybe like a month and a half now. Got everything off of the old iMac, got the Stream Deck all set up. I'm feeling good. I feel like everything is coming together. So it's awesome and amazing. I want to give a quick shout out to the crew that is here, that is live. Oh, what? We've got Wendy Duke, sunny Virginia in the mountains. Great. And we also have Amazon in the background. Thank you, Amazon. Nice to have you here. Wondering what else that we have. All right, cool. Oh, Mary Fane Brand. Mary Fane Brand got the Mac Mini M1. I'm telling you guys, it's so nice. It's so nice, so amazing to have a Mac Mini just solely dedicated to live streaming. And it was so much fun because Ecam makes it so easy for you to import your scenes from one machine over to the next one. Oh, it's like a dream come true. Maybe we'll have a Mac Mini M1 giveaway. I don't know. We'll see. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and talk about today's show because we're going to be talking about how you can prepare your clients so that way they are showing up in their best, right? And we're talking about everything from tech, on-camera presence, all of the above, right? That's going to be very, very important. So for those of you who don't know, hey, what's up, ECAMM fam? I'm Stephanie Liu, and welcome to Showrunner Secrets from the Set, where we share tips on how you can launch a successful remote live video production. Today, we're going to share ideas on how you can set up your clients for success, because once you make them look good, they're always going to want to work with who? With you. That's right. I want to give a quick shout out for everyone that joined the last time that Showrunner Secrets from the Set was on air, because we did some amazing stuff. Do you guys remember this? Do you remember we did the whole storyboard, walked you through the entire process, right? Talking about how to build a storyboard, countdown timers, and all the things. If you haven't had an opportunity to get your hands on that, it's still there. Go to ecamm.tv/storyboard. Thank you, Caleb, so much for putting that together. Okay? You can find all of that stuff there. Take it away, Add it to your swipe file. Do what you got to do. A lot of you actually shared your storyboards in the community, tagged me on social media, which I was like, yes! I was really, really excited to see it. So that's amazing. Ooh, John is asking, wait a second. How do you import scenes from one ECAMM to another? Caleb, if you want to hop into that, because once you discover that, John, oh man, there's so many amazing things that you can do with ECAMM. Cool. All right. So for those of you that don't know already, we have been running Showrunner Secrets from the Set for quite some time. Yes, we have. And so we have had episode after episode just running all the amazing things. In fact, so the last one that we had, we were talking about storyboards and structuring, right? Today, we're going to be talking about planning and production. And by planning and production, it's mostly about how to make sure that your client that your client is prepared, because whether or not you have all the graphics, all the gear, and all the things, if your client or your client's guests show up without any headphones, right? Then we want to make sure that we eliminate all of that mess. And so having said that, that's what we're going to cover today. I would love to hear what you're doing. I'll share with you what we're doing for our clients. But more importantly, the very, 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 very last episode is going to air on April 7th. I know it's been an amazing, wonderful journey spending this time together with you. The very last episode, we're going to focus on sealing the deal, pricing out your services, all the questions that you've been asking for quite some time. Yeah, let's go over it. Let's run through it, right? And so if you haven't done so already, if you want to join the Echem Live community, come on, you know you want to. You know you want to, because we're always giving you the best advice on how you can step up and level up your live stream. And so if you didn't catch that, head on over to the Echem Live community, bit.ly/Echem community. You'll find all of our amazing co-hosts that have tons and tons of content to share with you. Good. Mary Famer says, oh my gosh, the no headphone thing kills me. Right? It's like, oh, okay, so I guess, client, you really do just, you like that echo? You want to give your viewers a headache? Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about overcoming objections, because some clients think they know what they know, but since we've been doing this for quite some time, we know how to make sure that they actually show up for their best. Good. All right, let's see. Scott's saying last show for showrunner secrets on the set, because there's going to be something else that's going to be really cool popping down the pipeline. So having said that, I also want to share with you, man, I got like a ton of traffic today. I want to share something else with you. Caleb, can you drop that link for me? Dude, I just took it off my screen. We have a lot of fun in Slack, so you're going to hear me slacking away. Oh, that's a good one from Greg. Greg is saying, send them headphones in advance. Yes. Let's talk about gear that we want to send our clients in advance, because that's going to be absolutely essential, right? Because you're not just producing a show, but you're setting them up for success. And even if it's just sending them a $10 Ethernet cable or some headphones, that's going to be a game changer. Cool. All right. So let me go ahead and go back real quick. Caleb, I just missed our conversation about that blog recap. Where did it go? There it is. Thank you, friend. Okay. So let me type this in. It's ecam.tv/showrunner1. Let me show you what this is all about. Okay. Let's switch scenes. Let's go over here. Okay. So, oh, you know what? That actually redirected me. Caleb, was that the right one? ecam.tv/showrunner1. There it is. Yay. Okay. So for those of you, as I said, we've been having episode after episode, just building upon everything that we've been sharing with you. And so if you want to relive that experience or just get the cliff notes, because, hey, we're all busy, right? This is an opportunity for you to go ahead and scroll through, get the key takeaways, figure out what resources and tools we actually mentioned on the show. So in the very first episode, we talked about the evolution of live streaming, how it's a game changer. I give you tons of stats, infos, things that are trending, not only in the US, but worldwide, right? So that way you could sell your services easily and effortlessly. That's what we all want. Yes or yes? Heck yes. Okay, so you can watch the replay over there, get gear guides, all the things, right? And have fun with it. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about how to get your clients prepared for their actual event, because sometimes clients don't know what it is that they don't know, or they have like these limiting beliefs that if I wear headphones, it's going to look weird. And it's like, what's actually weird is seeing a client on camera and then hearing 4 different voices. That's what's weird. Okay. We're talking about setting up your clients for success. And one of the things that I generally like to do, I'm going to keep it very simple for you today, is I like to give them an interview checklist. Let's go ahead and take a look at the template that I've gone ahead and prepared. This is something that we use for a pre-show checklist. This is going to be an opportunity for you to repurpose, remix any which way that you like, okay? Take what works for you and then go from there. Generally, when I get started with clients, or even if I'm going to have someone on the show, we have an interview checklist. And I try to personalize it like, hey, are you ready for your spotlight? Yeah, we're going to make you look absolutely amazing. Okay, good. So in the pre-show checklist, I let them know what software I'm going to use, which is, hello, of course it's going to be ECAMM Live. And yes, I use the interviewing feature because it's so easy and it's so seamless. For those of you that want to get extra fancy with your interview guest URL, you could use a service such as Rebrandly so that it's branded. It could be showrunner.live/guest, right? Join if that's what you want it to be. But that's a really great way for you to practice with your guest. Now, when we are setting up for our clients, things that we generally talk about is, yes, make sure you have a wired connection. If at all possible, make sure that you are plugged into your computer via an Ethernet cable. This can make a big, big difference in the performance with the video and the audio syncing all together, right? Ooh, let's make this production smooth like butter, right? Do that. And if the client says to you, oh, well, I would hang out on Zoom, and on Zoom it works. It's like, baby, this ain't Zoom. This ain't Zoom, okay? Let's make sure that you show up with your best face forward because I don't want you to freeze on frame. Okay, cool. So give them a wired connection. If you even want to send them an Ethernet cable, by all means, please do, right? Then you want to check devices. I've got iPads, iPhones, iMacs, all the things. Make sure that they're disconnected from the Wi-Fi. These are things that even when you're going in your tech rehearsal, right, they're like, oh, yeah, I know. And then on the day of, right, what happens? Life happens, right? Life happens. And so this is an important opportunity for you to remind them, right? Make it a part of their conscious awareness. Like, hey, remember to go ahead and do this, okay? Good. Close down apps. Dropbox, Google Drive, anything that could be running in the background. Doc is here in the audience, and I know that he's probably like, you know what? You can have this extension and that software and that tool, and it'll help you do this, this, and that. Doc, go ahead. Lay it on them. Let them know what they need to know, okay? Clients, sometimes they don't remember. I always I don't know about you guys, but I always have those moments where I'm like, make sure you close your email. And then you hear you got mail. And I'm like, were you even paying attention? Good. All right. Demetrius is saying, where can we find this checklist? Demetrius, you know what? Here. You're finding it here. I'm showing it now. Actually, I think Caleb and I, we're going to make one specifically for you ECAMmers, right? Our ECAMM fam. So for those of you that are tuning in, drop your comments. Let's make one master list that we can pick and choose what we want, right? And then share it out with our clients. Good? All right. So then upload speed. You guys are pros. You know this. Speedtest.net. Type in, internet upload speed, because clients, more often than not, they know their download speeds, but not their upload speeds. One of my girlfriends was telling me about how she was visiting her family up north. They're 25 minutes away from Silicon Valley. And she was wondering why just a 2-minute video, it was taking her 3 hours to upload. And y'all, the upload speed was 0.05, some ungodly thing. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I'm an internet snob. Hate to say it, but it's true. So make sure that you definitely go ahead and take the time to do that. I'm checking on the comments to see. Oh, look, see, Wendy Duke is here saying she would like the checklist too. We'll get this over to you. Trust me. We'll get this into your hands. And mind you, every other content creator that is a part of the Echem network we shift and we move things. We're like, hey, you know what? That's a really great idea. So as you're sitting here, as you're listening and you're gaining in all of this information, pull what works best for you. We're going to go into other ideas of how to make this creative, gear, and all that other stuff, okay? Shout out to Caleb, you're amazing. He's like, join the community. Yes, there's a lot of tools and resources in there, so we'll make sure that you're squared away. All right, so we've talked about that, making sure that they have a stable connection. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm working with clients, especially for a remote live video production, I always ask them, show me your run of show. If you don't know what a run of show is, we talked about that, gosh, like in 2 episodes back. But in your run of show, I want to know who your guest is, and I want to make sure that we actually have a tech rehearsal. And the same thing that we're doing right now, we're going to do that with them as well. Okay? We're going to do that with them as well. I don't care if they've showed up in Zoom doing whatever it is. If you have a virtual event and you're expecting 8,000 people to show up live, you want to make sure that you've done your due diligence. Am I right or am I right? Hell yeah, I'm right. You know I'm always right. Shout out to Mary Faye Branch, who says that she always sends a checklist out to her guest 1 week before and then 1 day before, and they still forget headphones. You know what? Every remote producer loves a client that knows how to follow instructions. If they don't follow instructions, Mary Faye Brandt, cancel the show. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so make sure that they have a stable internet connection. Then let's talk about sound and video. Use earphones. Please use earphones, headphones. This reduces echo and increases the quality. If you need to put in more things in here to scare the crap out of them, to just be like, if you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of your shareholders, in front of your investors, get earphones. This is your opportunity to give them suggestions on what it is that you already do. I know a bunch of you in the Echem community are Amazon affiliates. Drop a link to your Amazon affiliate, or if you're really, really smart, give them a link to your kit.co and it says, this is how you're going to show up to be your best. Here's the mic, here's the headphones, right? Like here's all the things. That's what you got to do. Good. All right. Give them headphones. I know for me, some people were asking this in the last episode, Stephanie, what are you wearing? I don't use the Mians that Luria and Doc and the other people use. Maybe I just have really tiny tiny ears because I'm 5'4", but they never really fit my ears. So I actually have these Vidons that just go around my my head, and then because my hair is black, they're pretty hidden every now and then. You don't really see it. Cool. So do what you got to do there. If you want to have branded ones, dude, that's so smart. That's so sick. And if they have to get the plug-in headphones, I remember I learned this from Luria. It was like an extension for the Ethernet cable. I'm trying to see if I have it next to me. Yeah, it's this one. And so it would plug into my old headphones that would just go over my ear, and then I would just run it in the back. The ones that fit in the ear, I'm just saying from my own personal experience, they've never really worked for me. Doc was like, excuse me, I have a fancier version. No, I was watching you. It was like the $25 ones, and I was like, okay, I want that. Doc will let you know other headphones that you can use. He's the one in the community that, like, if you want to, like, get your audio in check, perfection, chef's kiss, he'll help you out with that. For your clients and your clients' interviewee guests, these can work too. Okay. Skull candy are the recommendations that we're getting from the crew right now. Kevin Lyons, he's saying, yes, brand and gift your presenters headphones, right? Which actually brings me to my next point, microphones, right? External mics. In speaking with clients, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely hate the AirPods that hang from the ear. They're like, oh, they're headphones and a mic. It sounds so crappy. Right? If you could send your client microphones, that would be ideal. In fact, I don't think I ever told you this, but one of my good friends, Gary Ware, he was speaking at this event, and it had to go virtual, which a lot of the events are happening, right? And this company, they did a fantastic job. They said, hey, presenters, we're going to send you gear. Oh, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? So they sent them microphones, Logitech Brio 4Ks. Like, that was legit. I was like, what? That's amazing. And they sent them the gear in advance. So that way, when they actually had their tech rehearsals, right? When they had their tech rehearsals, they knew that they were all working with the same gear, which made the onboarding process so much easier. And I absolutely loved that. Sorry. Doc has to use in-ear headphones. He can't cover his headphones with his hair. Oh, I am dead. I feel like Doc's gonna come after us. Okay, all right. Caleb, you're in trouble. He's gonna come find you. All right, so we talked about sound and video. This is absolutely important in talking to your clients, right? These are like the bare bone basics. Next, webcam, right? Talk to them, please, about lighting. There are clients where I am just very, very strict. And I'm like, I need to see where this person is going to sit. Okay? I need to know. I need to know that they're not just walking off the plane and they're just going to try to connect to Wi-Fi at that point. In fact, one of the events that I had done, I don't know what he was thinking. He had actually logged in on his phone and he was in the middle of a trade show for an international car show. And it was the craziest thing. And you could see people walking in the background. You could barely hear him. So work with them on lighting. If you need to give them tips. Oh, wait. I'm like, focus on me. Okay. What was I trying to tell you? Oh, yeah. So one of my good friends, Joe Floyd, he talks about like when he talks to his guests to make sure like how much headroom they have, right? So like put your hand on your head. How much headroom do you have? I move around a lot because I get excited when I talk to you. It's not very often that I get to geek out with people, but definitely give them advice. Now my clients, they will say, if we're doing even just remote video recording, take your laptop and move it around the room. Let's find a spot. It doesn't matter if it's even going to be in the laundry room, because I'll be honest with you, one of my good friends, Addison Zhang, that's how she first started her live stream show. She just found a spot in the laundry room, stacked books there, and at least had no clutter in the background. No clutter in the background. Perfection, perfect lighting. It was the best thing. Good. Kevin Lyons, he's saying, when there is budget, always send a standard headphone and microphone, right? Camera light kit to your presenters. It provides a base quality. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And stay tuned because I got something else to talk to you about this gentleman right here. Did I got you? Boom, I got you. This gentleman right here. Hi. Okay, cool. So we've talked about that. Oh, Joe. Oh, God. Did you just see this? Wait a second. I need to like unlock this screen and just show this. See, Joe, I told you that I talk about you. Joe is saying we take screenshots of the talent's location during tech rehearsals and reference the pic during final day of check. If we had it perfect, why did you move? Oh, for what purpose did you move? So if you didn't add that, okay, hey, Caleb, let's put this in our show notes. Because that was such a brilliant idea. So Joe was saying take screenshots of your tech rehearsal of how you help them figure out the location and the lighting. Take a screenshot, because if it was absolutely perfect, why move? Why move? Okay? Steal this idea. Joe, we're going to steal this idea. I think this one's absolutely bomb. Okay. I'm going to take a look at the comments because see, even Kevin, he's like, yes, that one is good. You got to love the crew that comes to Showrunner Secrets from the Set, because this is like your A+ players that are like, dude, let me show you what's working for me. Good. All All right, so let's go back to this. So we've talked about the gear, audio, sound, lighting, all the things. Honestly, that screenshot thing, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Let's talk about phones, alarms. Make sure you silence them, right? Or even if, you know what, here's the thing. Even if there's going to be a sound, right? I would rather just have a presenter utilize that into their presentation and just be like, oh, you just heard that doorbell? Yep, even UPS agrees. Just roll with it. Rather than having the presenter be all like, oh, I'm sorry, I should have done this. It's like, dude, stick to what you're supposed to say. Provide the value, keep going on. It's improv. Live streaming is improv. You keep going, okay? You keep going. See, even my dog agrees. She's like, oh, are you talking about me right now? Oh, interesting. Steve Worthy is saying, hey, Stephanie, I actually conduct a discovery call with my interviewers and we do a sound check, but this was pre-ECAMM use for me. I know doing a discovery call cuts into your interview hours. Steve, I would still do that. Even if it cut into my interview hours, I would still want like the best. I would still want the best. You do what you got to do. Edward, you must have been watching Go Live Now. Got to bucketize that. Hashtag bucketize. One of y'all in the ECAMM Live community, can you make me a shirt that says bucketize? All right, cool. So phones, alarms, silence them. If they forget, just say, hey, you know what? Utilize that in your presentation, but do not distract from what you're actually presenting. Keep running with it. Interruptions, if you can, if at all possible, interruptions, try to minimize it. Try to minimize it any which way that you can. I once had a presenter who was like, oh yeah, I got that figured out. And she did something really, really creative. So she had like this little light, and when you tap on it, it would turn red. And so she would put it outside the office and she's like, boom, it's red. Do not enter. Do not pass go. Do not pass go. And so people would know not to enter because she was on air. That's an easy possibility. There's probably those of you that are already running over to Amazon right now and you're just like, oh, I need to get like the Amazon, was it like the Philips smart bulbs where you could connect it to the Stream Deck. I know you guys have this figured out. Again, please go over to the ECAMM Live community because they are so freaking clever about what it is that you can do. Okay? Super, super clever. There's like really smart people that you want to hang out there. You're done. You nailed it. The week, you've won. Yay. Beautiful. Okay, so interruptions. Those are a few tips on how you could manage interruptions. Okay. Sometimes, thank you. This is a good one. Let me tell you a quick story. There was this one time where I was giving a presentation at the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference, and I kid you not, my daughter kicked open the door and was like, my tablet, right, ran out of time. Boop, 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 boop. On Stream Deck, I had like a screen pop up that said, we will be right back. Because mama got to do what mama got to do. That's something else that you could do for interruptions. For those of you who haven't done that before, it's nice to have just a screen like, we'll be right back. You could say, experiencing technical difficulties. Someone forgot to feed the hamster, right? We're leaving cookies out for the Amazon delivery fam. Whatever it is that you got to do, make it fun. Make it fun for your event. Good. Ooh, Kevin, see? Kevin always like sliding in for the win. Simple works too. My wife made me a door sign that I flip when I go live. I still want a cool flashing live LED light. Kevin, I swear that is it Alicio? Alicio Way? Someone in the group makes like custom lights. Custom LED lights. I'm pretty sure. Again, you guys, great crew to be a part of. Okay. All right. So we've talked about interruptions, creating a graphic that you can use, repurpose out, or it could just be like, quick shout out to our sponsor. Roll the video clip. Roll it now. Save the show. All right. Muting. Yes. Knowing how to mute your mic. Also making sure that there's an echo. Here's something that I didn't even mention. when I'm doing remote video recording, even for clients, we talk about attire. So if for men, y'all can hop into the comments if you want to. For men, like, don't wear stripes, right? Because then it comes across like really weird on camera. You're like disappearing. Don't wear a green screen if you're going to be using a green screen. Pretty self-explanatory at that point. Don't use a green. Don't wear green. Which was actually really funny because when I was interviewing Molly Mahoney on my show, I was like, hey, I use a green screen. Don't wear green. And what did she do? She wore green. Our heads don't process negatives. Wear any other color but green. Good, good, good. Demetrius is saying old school too. Analog crew. Do not disturb sign. Even a suck. It's like, how many times can Stephanie laugh on the show today? Thank you, Demetrius. Good. All right. What else do I want to tell you? Okay, so for the fellas, that's what we talked about. Clear the clutter, clear the background. For the ladies, okay. Bracelets, rings, earrings. One thing that I usually tell my presenters too is that if they're the type of person that talks with their hands, I talk with my hands like a lot, okay? I try to push the mic away from me so when I'm making a point that I don't bang on it, okay? So placement of the mic is going to be very important. If they're wearing, let's say they are wearing those headphones with the built-in mic, right? For the ladies or even the fellas that have like long hair, if it rubs up, right? If it rubs up against the microphone, I always tell them take it, move it to the other side, just so it works out perfectly. Good. Maybe I shouldn't have put that on screen, but I mean, I agree, right? I agree. I subscribe to this. No. Doc, stop it. You're going to get me in trouble. All right. Okay, so yeah, we talked about like rings, banging of the mics, bracelets, the hair, right? That's always going to be very helpful. I also ask them, maybe you might have like an unconscious behavior. Maybe you're just not aware of it, but are you the type of person where when you're speaking, like you hit the table just to make a point? That's awesome, but that's totally going to suck for the viewers. Maybe you could do something else like, just doing this or snapping your fingers. That totally works too. I also ask them if they have an unconscious behavior where they might shake their knee. Because if they shake their knee, then I want them to like move back a little bit and make sure it doesn't knock the table. These are things that I've heard before, right? Don't bang the table. Yeah, don't bang the table. I also ask them, your drink, your water, make sure it's like a little bit further away. One of my good friends, Jeff C, was telling me about a time when he was interviewing Guy Kawasaki, and he had spilled, Jeff had spilled coffee all over his lap, and he did the entire interview with like wet pants. I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that, but I did. So there you go. Katie Simpson says that she noticed the other day that she clicks a lot with her tongue. And it sounds really annoying. Yeah. These are things even... Okay, so Joe had mentioned earlier that he takes like a screenshot. I think if we were to take that another level, I have done tech rehearsals where I've actually recorded it. Because the client was like, does it look like I'm reading on the screen? And I was like, yes, it looks like you're reading on the screen. No, it doesn't. I'm looking, right? It was the funniest thing. She's like, no, it doesn't, because when I look at it, it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but yeah. I was like, dude, let me just make a gif of you right now, of you falling asleep on camera on command. Good. Callie is saying that she's afraid of knocking water on her tech stuff, and shout out to Jeff C for being an absolute trooper. Demetrius, let's circle back on this one about makeup and hairstyling. And you look beautiful, my friend. You do. Own it. Own it, own it, own it, own it. All right, let's go back to the list, because this list is what's going to be very helpful for you. decreasing the clutter, pay attention to the background, and crop the clutter as much as possible. It sounds simple, but some people forget. Or, oh my goodness, please let them know that you have the option to switch screens, right? In ECAMM. But this one time I had a guest, man. This one time I had a guest in the tech rehearsal, and it was a tight shot. It was a tight shot. And then like, okay, and now we're gonna switch screens, and it was like, boof, and it was like, hey, that bathrobe is still hanging in the background, right? You might want to go clear that up a little bit. That's going to be very helpful. Or if you're working on an event and one of the presenters is an author, good opportunity to build that rapport and be like, hey, do you have a book? Do you want to put it in the background? Which actually, PS, by the way, that's a good segue. I want to give a shout out to SwitchPod, who definitely hooked it up for showrunner seekers from the set. Because Katie and I were like, what should we add to the set? And they're like, oh, we should do SwitchPod because SwitchPod is absolutely amazing. Right? Okay. Cool. Awesome. Crop the clutter. I feel like we're going to have new hashtags. Crop the clutter. I don't want to. Oh, yeah. I don't want to like. See, that was unconscious. I was like, I don't want to clap too hard. If you have clappers as presenters, let them know. Let them know, okay, are you the type of person when you're making a point and you're clapping? Because I'll be very honest with you, when you do that, all the audience is going to hear is just the clapping sounds. It's going to be like, and you should know that. Stop it. Okay, cool. Doc Rock says that he claps. Yeah, you clap back. Yeah, but you have those amazing sound levels, and you know what it is that you're going to do and all the things. I'm talking about your normal everyday people, especially presenters that are now presenting online. More often than not, they know how to work the stage in person. We're helping them understand and navigate the virtual stage at this point, okay? Other things that I do, and I think it was Kevin who was saying, we pull in guests via Skype into Ecamm using a second Mac. I then send a feedback to them using a virtual camera with a countdown overlay in Ecamm. Okay, got it. What I thought you were saying was that you're going to give them a preview of how each of the scenes are going to look like. So whether they're presenting, something like this, like, hey, this is how much space you have. Okay, let's talk about the hand gestures. She's like, and you should know this, but then like their hands fell off the screen. Like, this is what you're working with. This box. That's where you go. You're going to be chest up, right? That's what you're going to do. You're going to give them options. And if they want to point at what's happening in their presentations, like, hey, you should go ahead and get your storyboard template. It's for free. Here, help them out. Just remind them, like, where to point. That's always very helpful. Good. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Wait, Demetrius says that he once had an interviewee that had to move last minute to his daughter's room, and it made him move all the dolls away from the background. Only thing remained was the pink wall, but what can you do? Yeah, that's going to be very helpful for you to know. Sometimes people don't really pay attention to what's happening behind them. So that's going to be an opportunity for you to do that as well. All right, so we've talked about this general checklist. Caleb is already probably in Slack, like, Stephanie, why did you just send this to me beforehand? I don't know, Caleb. I like to keep you on your toes. Memories, you and me together. Things that I generally tell clients, or when I give them this checklist, Kevin, you probably do this as well, is that I'll brand this Google Doc, right? I'll brand the Google Doc, send it over to the client. The client can repurpose it any which way that works best for them. You could have, even in your meeting invite, okay, let's go through the list just to make sure. I've even had people where they're just like, hey, Stephanie, I know that you live stream, and this is just a part of my job. Don't hate me for it, but let's just go down the list. I actually, as a live streamer, I appreciate that, because I find that there's always opportunity for us to learn from other people. And there are things that I will pluck from, like, oh, absolutely love that. Like Joe's whole thing about taking a screenshot. If it worked, right? If it was working, then keep doing that. Don't try to move somewhere else. Good, 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 good. All right. Let's see here. Pants, you never know when a camera may tip over. A camera tip over could happen, right? Good, 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 good. P.S. By the way, here's something that I want to give a quick shout out to. I don't know if you heard about this. So I told you earlier that we have additional episode of Showrunner Secrets from the Set. The last episode is going to be on April 7th. That's where we're going to be talking about pricing for your services, right? That's always going to be a fun conversation. And Caleb, please remind me, because I think I had originally promised them like a spreadsheet, like a calculator on how they could easily create these estimates. Please remind me, please remind me, please remind me. Okay, cool. So today we're talking about planning production as far as for your guest on the other side, right? Because you could have all your stuff together, but if your client doesn't, or your client's interviewee doesn't, that could make or break your show. So seal the deal, pricing your services. That's going to happen on April 7th, okay? Then here's what you want to do next. Here's what you want to do next. You saw him in the comments and you're probably like, who is this guy? Let's talk about Kevin Lyons. Kevin Lyons has now teamed up with ECAMM to work on a new show, and it's called The Event Blueprint. And this is all about helping you break ground and designing your event blueprint to exceed goals and expectations. So that show will be launching. I'll actually be there on March 31st. So from now until the very last episode of Showrunner Secrets from the Set, this is your opportunity to tune in for another episode with the Kevin Lyons. OMG! That's going to be a fantastic show. For those of you, Joe Floyd, you're like one of the first people to come to mind. I'm like, ooh, I think you would actually really, really enjoy that show for sure. Yes! Yes, please go ahead and congratulate Kevin. For those of you that are in the ECAMM Live community, he's always there, showing up, sharing his knowledge. And so the very fact that he's going to have his own show, right? A step above about all the wonderful things that you can do, that's going to be amazing. In fact, it looks like they're starting to build out their channel. So if you want to go over to YouTube, head on over to the event stream. I already subscribed. I support other live streamers and other people in the community. Don't you? Wouldn't you want to? Yes. So jump in there, because once the videos pop up, you definitely want that to be in your arsenal, in your swipe file. Cool, cool. All right. See, Kevin's already promising you that we are going to have an amazing time. So make sure that you show up. Give the man some love, right? Because he is going to help us level up our skills a bit more. I'm telling you, when it comes to ECAMM, the ECAMM Live community is absolutely amazing. In fact, if you don't know, we have other content creators. And these other content creators, let's see. Let's share the promos that we have. Where are you gonna pop up? Boop! Ah! This one's no longer on air. That one has already ended. But this one with the Bradley Vinson. Showrunner Secrets from the Set, Wednesdays, 5:30, 2:30 on the West Coast. And then go live now on Thursdays. Oh, and there's another one. It's, yes, the stream show on Sundays. Sundays at 7 p.m. They've got like heavy hitters on there. It's a ton of fun. I'm telling you, if you've ever really, really wanted to dive into ECAMM and all the amazing things, get to know the community, watch the different shows, because it's ECAMM Network. All right, cool. Here is another comment from our amazing and wonderful good friend Joe Floyd, and he is saying that on recording rehearsals, always record talent tech rehearsals. I save mine until post-event. You may need to share recording pre-event with a client to help explain. I really wish there was someone that could tell me like which comments you should. The little poopy emoji. That, yeah, I had to like, ooh, breaks. Stephanie, don't say that. Gotta monetize the show. Behave yourself. All right, cool. Oh, good tip. Okay, I've read once to have guys wash and dry their face quick before filming to get rid of any excess oil. Okay, so now you guys are getting creative. Okay. Now we're talking about face blots and things. Okay, let's add another one to that list then. Brush your teeth before you go on air. You know, yes, you're on after lunch. You might wanna. Okay. Good. Support your fellow live streamers. That's absolutely what we do here at ECAMM Live. Showrunner Seekers from the set. Good. All right. Demetrius is asking for the direct link, so Doc or Caleb, you guys hop in there. Cool. Doc has a man-faced blotter. You know what, Doc? I think, honestly, if you came out with your own signature skincare line with all the things, people would be all over that. Yes or yes? Yes. Oh, look at that. Powdered rice paper. Hold up. This is a thing, because now Kevin is saying that he does it too. Okay, I absolutely love you guys. I've always wondered this okay, this was not even planned or even rehearsed, but I'm curious for other event producers, when you're talking to male talent, male presenters, do you even talk to them about makeup, like beyond blotting paper? Do you talk about like, hey dude, you look like you haven't had sleep in a while? Do you talk to them about like under eye concealer and all the things? This goes back to Demetrius's question about, do you talk to them about makeup and styling, right? So we talked a little bit about accessories and patterns, things of that sort, but we didn't talk about makeup. I would love, Doc, Kevin, if you guys could weigh in on that. Joe, if you're still here, you know, go ahead and do that. Let me know. All right, let's see. Wendy is saying, so this checklist will be for me when I live stream. Yes. Good. Oh, Anthony has a good one. You guys, the fellas are throwing it down today. Some guys need to shave in the afternoon. I don't have that problem, but some do. I love that Doc, Kevin, Anthony, you guys are here, because female event producer, I don't really think about like the shaving stuff on the face. So thank you. There you go. I learned something new. Thank you. That's amazing. Hey, here's an opportunity if someone wants to launch another show, makeup for male presenters. Look at that. Ecamm's like, let's do it. Let's create content for that. Yevi Hyman, who is a part of the Ecamm Live community, says that she's actually helped out with makeup before. Wow. I'm like, you guys. Now I'm like all over in the comments, like, oh, tell me more. That's interesting. So maybe this would be a really good opportunity. Caleb, I'm like directly talking to you, speaking to your soul right now. Let's take all these suggestions, let's add it into the checklist, right, on how to prep a guest. I love the comments about hair, makeup, and styling, because I don't even have that on here. Such wonderful, great additions. You guys make me so happy. Joel, quick partial workout a few minutes before being on camera gets blood flowing, feel fresher, more awake, and shows on camera. Cool. Kevin, shave, shine, teeth, collar check, and lumify. I feel like if there was, I'm just imagining in my head right now, like Doc, Kevin, and Joe, you guys like all getting fresh and like, we about to go out tonight, bro. You gotta fix your collar. You gotta, you gotta do this. You gotta do that. That's cool. I love that. That's, you guys. I'm just in love with these comments. All right, so going back to the actual, remember Kevin's show is going to be launching relatively very soon. So make sure that you follow his channel, pay attention to that. This background noise, oh yeah, camera ready tips. Back to the show. Look directly at the camera, right? I know it's tempting to look at your screen. We go through this all the time with clients. I know it's tempting to look at your screen, but sometimes it looks like you're falling asleep. And so to Joe's point about taking a screenshot or even just taking the video, I'm gonna throw this in there too, because all the fellas were talking about like the shaving and all that other stuff. I once had a client where she was wearing the magnetic lashes. You know what I'm talking about? Magnetic. The guys are like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, the magnetic lashes. And in that particular, when I was doing that video recording, because she was reading from a script, it looked like, do you remember those baby dolls where like the eyes go open and close? Well, one was like open and one was down. And I kept trying to like be nice and explain. I was like, okay, maybe you're just a visual learner. So here, boom, this is what it looks like. When Kevin was talking about rerouting the camera into that, that was very helpful. Good. All right. Kevin, you're already in here, so people are asking the link for your channel, so go ahead and do that. Demetrius, yes, Demetrius definitely started the trend. You guys are so damn good. Yvonne has a quick tip, which is to get the post-it note and says, look directly at the camera. Look directly at the camera. If you have a presenter and, they don't mind shelling out gear, teach them about the whole teleprompter trick. There's the teleprompter. Go ahead and use that. That works. Post-it notes totally works well. Use what works. Whether it's the do not disturb sign, the sock at the door, whatever. That makes me laugh so much. Good. Joe, man, you guys are on fire. I'm like really, really excited about this. Okay, I always tell guys to not wear white shirts with heavy lighting. Nothing like having your shirt act as a bounce reflector. Good to know. Good to know. To add on to that, Joe, if we're talking about like wardrobe too for the ladies, making sure that the fabric isn't sheer, because when you have light on you, then it's, see-through at that point. Rub under the eye and the bags are gone. Katie is saying it sounds like she had one eyelash on upside down. No, it was. I think it was just wasn't placed correctly. We're talking about the magnetic lashes, and it just didn't look right. It just didn't look right. Okay, so now everyone is going to have branded blotted rice paper. Doc, go ahead, launch that. Go launch your store now. Shopify. Cool. All right. Shout out to Michelle Osorio, who's coming through. Ooh, here's a good one. Joel is saying if they don't want to buy a prompter, have them use Sidecar with like an iPad, or Duet with their phone on an iPad. If needed, just duct tape the thing back to the monitor next to their webcam. Joel, I would love for you to take a photo of that and drop that into the Echem Live community. Let's see these DIY teleprompters. That would be amazing. Doc is going to be an affiliate for his own blotting paper. He's like, I never thought about creating a kit.co for that, but now I am. All right, cool. So we've talked so much about the pre-show checklist. Man, y'all went off with the hair, makeup, and wardrobe. I now want to like bring on a cosmetologist or like a makeup artist onto the show and just interview them and be like, what do we got to know? What are some tips and tricks to make like your teeth, brighter, or any of the things? Good. All right, everyone. So that is showrunner Secrets from the Set. Thank you so much. I'm actually really, really excited to see how everyone is going to put together their live streaming checklist for their clients, their interviewees, even for yourself, right, Wendy? Even for yourself. That's going to be good. Good. All right. Thank you, everyone. As I mentioned before, March 31st, I'll be hanging out with the Kevin Lyons. March 31st, Wednesday, March 31st, 12 to 1 to talk about the event blueprint. That's going to be fun. New series on the ECAMM Live Network to talk about how you can level up your remote video production, bigger events, massive scale. For all y'all that are like A10 Mini, ISO Pro, and all the things, that's going to be for you. Cool? I already know you. Good. And then, again, if you haven't done so already, get your freebies. Get your freebies, because we've been working on this, getting you from point A to point B, so that way you could be a successful remote live producer. Leverage these resources. If you've used them, tag myself, Stephanie Liu, as well as Ecam Live. We wanted to make sure that we are providing you with the content that you want and that you need. We've discovered new shows that we now want to launch as well, so talk to us. All right. Cool. Having said that, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the crew that has helped put this show together. We will see you next time. Thank you so much. Here we go. I've been waiting for this. Yeah. It's been up on my mind. Oh, it's hard to resist. Feeling like one of a kind. Oh, now the hard time's over. I'm for a moment. I won't look back now. Yeah, and it's moving closer. I can feel it coming. All y'all. Y'all are amazing.